Hannah Hidalgo is having a heck of a season this year for Notre Dame. She's largely playing basketball by herself. And the 5'6" junior out of Merchantville, New Jersey, is averaging 25.2 points, 6.3 rebounds, which is crazy for someone at 5'6", 5.4 assists, along while shooting 47.7% from the field, which is also wild at her size, and still is also averaging 5.6 steals per game, which is insane, and shoots 83.4% from the free throw line. The one area of her game that she really doesn't do all that well is shoot threes. She's an attacker. She's aggressive. She's a dog. She's the type of player that everybody would love to have on their team. And I think it's really important that Hannah Hidalgo make a decision. And I don't know if she'll make the decision, but the decision is whether or not she should transfer out of Notre Dame. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts and feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez-Shomot. Like the video, subscribe, leave your comment. I appreciate y'all supporting this channel. We're going to be digging a lot deeper into women's college basketball now that we are coming into tournament season, and then we'll be going into transfer portal conversations, etc. This year's Notre Dame team just isn't very good, okay? They're 20-9. They're fifth in the ACC. They have had some blowout losses. They lost by 38 to UConn. They got beat up by Cal, lost to Virginia. They've had losses to teams that they typically wouldn't have lost to, except for the one key component. They haven't really had any talent next to Hannah Hidalgo. They did come off winning a big game against Louisville on the road, which was a huge win, where she had 30, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. If you look at their numbers, she's led them in scoring in all but 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So outside, 4 times this year, she hasn't led them in scoring in 29 games. She's led them in rebounding, which is crazy, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the last 7 games. I mean, this is what Hannah Hidalgo does. She's had some insane steal numbers that are otherworldly, and you just kind of feel bad for the situation she's dealing with. She's got 1, 2, 3 games, 4 games with double-digit steals, including a 16-steal game against Akron earlier this year. Hidalgo is in a situation right now, and by the way, her season low scoring is 12. She had 12 against Michigan. They got crushed in that game. She was 4 of 21. That was not a good game for her. That was her worst game of the season by far. And we are now looking at a situation where, look, I mean, Notre Dame is a projected tournament team. I don't know really. I mean, if you're looking right now at bracketology, they have Notre Dame slated as a 6 seed. I think that's a little bit high for what they've done personally, but they're slated as a projected 6 seed, playing Colorado in the bracket with Oklahoma. I would tell you that at best they get to the second round and they're done by the round of 32. That's my opinion. I don't think they get through the round of 32. They just don't have any talent around Hannah Hidalgo. Everyone left last year's team, or a large majority of them left last year's team. Olivia Miles obviously went to TCU. Koval went to LSU. And then other players graduated, etc. They just don't have the type of team they had last year. And I do think there was some failures on the part of their coach, Neil Ivey, to bring in talent, whether it's through recruiting in the freshman class or through the transfer portal. I think there was a lot of failure there on this team. Now, Hannah Hidalgo's got one more year left in school. I mean, she could potentially go play a 5th year. I'm not sure. But she's going to go, she's a junior, and she has one more year of legitimate school, I should say. And when I look at Hidalgo, I'll put it out here up front. I don't think she's going to transfer. But I do think she should. I absolutely believe that she should transfer. Unless there's some serious change made. Cassandra Prosper is the second leading scorer, averaging 14 a game. She is a senior. Ayanna Moore is their third leading scorer. She is a senior. Malaya Cowles is their fourth leading scorer. She is a senior. Vanessa De Jesus is their fifth leading scorer. She is a senior. KK Bransford is their sixth leading scorer. She is a senior. And Gisela Sanchez is their seventh leading scorer. She is a senior. Everybody in the top 7, except for Hannah Hidalgo, is a senior at Notre Dame. They have no team next year. They've got nothing. Those are the 7 players that average at least 20.9 minutes per game. This is a 7-woman rotation on this team. 7-woman rotation. And your 5'6" guard is your second leading rebounder. She leads in assists. She leads in steals. I mean, after that, you got Kelly Radigan. You got Bella Tirani, also a senior. Jordan Smith, also a senior. This is insane, man. Lucy Jensen's. So they got 3 people who aren't seniors. Now, I don't even know who the hell Kelly Radigan is. She's averaging 8.9 minutes per game. Those last 4 people are all averaging less than 8.9 minutes. The last 3 are averaging less than 4 minutes a game. So you got a 7-player roster here. Foul trouble. If Hannah Hidalgo gets in foul trouble, they have no chance to win. So the question now becomes, what's the point of going back to Notre Dame for a final year, potentially, to just play by yourself and have nothing around you, which will make winning virtually impossible? I don't even think the goal anymore is winning a national championship. They would look so bad next year that it could hurt her draft status. I just believe that. I've talked about this on other videos in a live where I said I think Hannah Hidalgo should transfer. And I hate the thought of saying that, but unless her coach brings in some players that can help her win at a higher level, what are we doing? And we all know why these players last year left. They left because she doesn't ride with the same-sex stuff. She doesn't ride with the lesbian stuff. That's her. That's her preference. She can play basketball with women that are lesbians. There's no issues. But apparently in the world of women's basketball, if you don't agree with me liking girls, if I'm a girl, or if you don't agree with me liking dudes, if I'm a dude, like, that's a problem for some of them. Like, I don't have to agree with it to play basketball with you. I don't have to like your lifestyle to play ball with you. Like, you could be an OnlyFans girl. I don't have to like it, and I don't have to support it, but I can still play basketball with you. And that's a big problem that exists within women's basketball, is that you have to basically subscribe to the mentality that this stuff is all okay for you, even if it's not. You got to hold your tongue. So you have a team in which, or a sport in which, if you don't jump on board and say, I support lesbian relationships, I support gay relationships, I support gay marriage, lesbian marriage, you can do whatever you want to do. It doesn't mean I got to support it. It doesn't mean that I have to like it. But it also doesn't mean that I can't hoop with you. My feelings of your personal life have nothing to do with basketball. But that is a problem within the women's basketball space, where a lot of these women put this into one thing and say, well, if you don't like that I do this, if you don't support this, then I can't play with you. And that's a problem. People go to work every day and don't have to like somebody. They go to work every day and don't like people that they work with. But they work with them and they work with them just fine. They don't hang out with them after work. They just go to work and go home. This is no different. Playing sports is no different. Whether you're in college women's ball, which is basically a job now, in the NBA, in the WNBA, in the NFL. I got friends that play professional sports. Like, man, a lot of dudes hated each other. It didn't matter. We're there for a common goal of winning. And that's the only goal that matters, is winning, right? So what are the options for Hidalgo? Stay at Notre Dame and get surrounded by a bunch of, for lack of better words, a lot of bums? Or what? Let me see here. So if I look at next year's class, 2026, Notre Dame has a freshman, JC Abil. She's a 6'2" wing at a Legion Prep Academy. She got a verbal to Notre Dame. She's a 5-star. They have a number 24 player, Janika Lewis, a 4-star out of Iowa, Johnston High School out of Iowa. So they got two. I'm going to give you all the information. They got number 30, Isabella Ragone, number 30. She's a 4-star, 6'2" wing out of Mill Creek High School in Georgia. Amari Biles, number 37, 6'2" forward out of Kingdom Collegiate Academy in Texas. She's a 4-star also. So they got 4. They have a number 81, Isabella Sangha, a 6'3" forward out of Pinecrest, Florida. Pinecrest High School in Florida. Actually, Pinecrest High School is literally down the street from my house. No idea who this girl is, but it's down the street from my house. So they got 5 recruits who are verbals, according to this, out of the top 100 and 4 of the top 37. They got 4 4-stars and a 5-star in their recruiting class. So that could have some impact in maybe sticking around. But you also have to be realistic about freshman production. You gotta be honest about, unless you got yourself 4 Jazzy Davidsons, or at least a couple of Jazzy Davidson level players, or Juju Walk. You're not gonna have a Juju Watkins level player, but if you have yourself 4 Jazzy Davidson level players who can come in and really, really perform, then maybe you do stick around. But I do think that she should strongly consider transferring. And the reason is she's too good to be on such a bad team. Now, what does that mean for her in terms of what are the options? Well, I think a couple of options. I'll tell you what, the one option I would be looking at very, very closely is Vanderbilt. You pair her up with Michaela Blakes. That would be one devastating backcourt. Now, both players may suffer numbers-wise, and look, Hannah Hidalgo would have to probably defer to Michaela Blakes because that is Michaela Blakes' team, and she averages 27 a game, and she's killing it. But could those two dynamic guards play together? That would be a great question. If they could, that could present a really, really formidable backcourt. And with Blakes being a sophomore going into her junior year and Hidalgo being a junior going to senior year, I think it could be a great match for them. I think Vanderbilt would be one. I think LSU could be another. Now, again, it all depends on personalities. If people are okay with her feelings about sexuality, which I don't know why people have an issue with it. But Kim Mulkey is obviously a guard coach. And I think Hidalgo would fit in very, very well in a lineup like that. With her ability to steal the basketball, I mean, she is a nightmare for people. And you'd have her playing next to Malaysia Fulwiley. Look, Hannah Hidalgo is the LSU. She's the best player on their team. So in that situation, Now, Kat Caldwell did go to Notre Dame. I don't know how she feels about Hidalgo. But I don't think Kat Caldwell has the power to stop something because she ain't good enough. You are losing Flau'jae Johnson off of that team. You are, I don't know if there's let me see who else. They did bring in a bunch of freshmen, so they have a pretty deep roster at guard. But good is good and great is great. And when it comes down to it, she is still great. I mean, you're losing Kaylin Gilbert, you're losing Flau'jae Johnson, you're losing Amaya Joyner. Yeah, and then you have a like Jada Richard is a sophomore, Michaela Williams is a junior, Full Wiley's a junior. I think she fits very, very well with that roster. But I do think that it really needs to be a consideration for her to transfer because she's too good to play in a team that can't win or doesn't have an ability to win or even have the thought to win. Now, there's schools that I don't think she should even consider, and like I don't think she should even consider UConn or like that's a waste. Like don't even bother. UConn or a South Carolina, Texas would be another one. So when you look at the three schools that I would look at, I'd be looking at Vanderbilt, Texas, and LSU. Texas, they're losing Rory Harmon, their point guard, their main ball handler. So that's a fit off the bat. Madison Booker comes back. You have a physical ass team in Texas that really is missing a dynamic player like Hidalgo. This is a team with a number of guards, number of seniors, Sarah Graves, Rory Harmon, Ashton Judd. They're losing Kayla Aldacre, who's a senior. She's a big. So they're losing a bunch of players off of their team, but they do bring back Madison Booker, who is obviously the most important part of it. They do bring back Jordan Lee, who's a sophomore. So you have talent. They should be bringing back Aaliyah Crump. She's only played 16 games this year. I presume maybe she's had some injuries. They bring back Justice Carlton. So they do bring back some young players. So this is a talented group returning. But the main person that they lose is Rory Harmon, who is the point guard and is a senior. And if you bring in Hidalgo, you do have the ability to have that dynamic ball handler in your backcourt. So a lot of questions will be answered. We do have the tournaments coming up, but I am putting this out there right now because I'm gonna be real. I think Hannah Hidalgo should transfer. I think she should take her ball and leave. I don't unless she's going to be promised something that realistically you can't beat. I think that she should really consider making a move. And y'all, let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you think she should transfer? What do you think of the three options I presented? Love to hear what you got to say. This is Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.